This. This is dry with lots of checking. But you know what the good news is? This is 2x6, so it's thick material anyways. I see one board we need to change. These top rails are they're still good for a few more years. Could caulk and paint that. Pass a palm sander over this with some 40 grit. Yeah. Pass some 40 grit over this. Well, we'll see. No big deal to change a couple of them out. I see one. I see two I'd like to change. And I don't like when they get like this. I see three I'd like to change. Tell me the size on those boards, please. Yeah, hammer these nails down. Pass some 40 grit over it with the palm sander. How long is it?
10 feet and a half.
All right, so there's one 12-footer. Let's check this one out.
This one?
Yeah. Oh, I messed you up.
Yeah, you messed me up.
Another 12-footer? No, how long is that?
11.
All right, two 12-footers. And then this one I really don't like.
This one is huge. This one is 16 probably.
This one's more than 16.
18.
We'll put this in two pieces. Shit, the boss is coming. Here, give me a measurement on this one. Hello?
Hello, how are you?
Hi.
Hi. Hi, first satisfied.
Hey, little man, what's going on?
Say hi. Hi. Yes, sir.
What do you got there?
19.
19. So, four 12-footers and one 2x4 8-footer. Tell me if an 8-footer would be long enough for that, because that's too splintered.
What do you think? Is it?
So this is what I'd do. I would tap these nails down, use my palm sander with some 40 grit sandpaper, give this a good sanding over the top surface. Use a solid decking stain. Solid decking stain, it's a fancy name for paint.
Okay.
But it's made by Benjamin Moore Arbor Coat, so we could paint it in the color that you like. And on these handrails, put a substantial amount of paint. We'll use a brush and work it in so that by the time we're done, these will be filled with the paint as if it was like caulking, filling it.
Okay.
So those will all be filled. Do the same thing going all around, paying particular attention to. These are good for some more years. I mean, we could change it, but these are good for a few more years.
Now, how many years we're looking at?
At least every 3 years, you're going to want to put another coat on this and this. This lasts a long time.
I mean, this one looks good. These ones look good.
Yeah, that lasts a long time.
The top and then the floor here is what up.
Yes.
So this floor too doesn't need to be changed. It can be repaired, can be painted.
Yeah, so then when we get to the floor, kind of the same thing. I'm going to use my buffing machine with those tabs, Caesar, and the 16 grit. Oh, you got a flower already? So cold, how can we have flowers? So I'll use my buffing machine, and it'll sand off some of the top splinter stuff, and then we'll be very diligent about painting this heavily so it fills these little creases. We'll get in there and fill those. I've allowed for this board to be changed.
Which one?
The ones that have the deepest, ugliest stuff in it. This one,
Okay.
this one,
Okay.
and I particularly don't like this one, because that's going to just flake right off of those. You could pull that off with your fingernail almost.
Okay.
So, and then we'll put one in there. So, 3 12-foot boards will be enough. I'll find 12 feet on this and then cut it.
Feet for the 2x4.
And then another 8-footer on that 2x4 handrail.
Okay, that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
So a couple ones can be changed, but the other ones can be fixed. That's what you're saying.
yeah. And we'll hit, of course, these nails that are sticking up.
Yeah, the nails.
Um,
And if you do that, it's gonna last about how long? So you said like about every 3 years we have to do.
in about 3 years, it's going to start peeling. If you leave it alone, by the time 5 years, you definitely have to. But this is like
Yeah.
10, 12 years, nobody's put a coat of finish on this. Caesar, that's been a long time since this seen any finish. A long time. And we have to hit everything with the new color. And probably on these areas, I might need to use the compressor with the sprayer. Like spray this color on
So
to
whatever
get
color
in
you
on.
want can be changed.
Yeah. I mean, if we left the brown alone, we could paint just the floor and these handrails. But it's in usable shape. But really, whatever you like. It would look best if we did everything, but
What do you mean do everything if it would look best? Like,
it would look best if we repainted all of this again versus only doing what's necessary, and what's necessary is this and this. This in the floor has to be done, and everything takes labor. I'll make a menu, like it'll say all the different prices for things, changing those pieces of boards, doing these surfaces, and then painting all of this. And you could choose from the menu the items that you like. Like this, if you wanted to put it off a little bit, that's not bothering anybody, but this has to be, because
Yeah.
another few winters, the water's just going to keep going in.
okay.
And then we'll have 6 or 8 or 10 boards to change. And in a few years, you'll be thinking of changing all the